Alright, hey guys, and welcome back. So in today's video, yes, we're gonna be feeding my fish, my turtle, and my ducks watermelon. So the koi fish I know will for sure eat watermelon because I've seen a lot of videos of people feeding their koi watermelon. So these guys are all pretty hungry. As you can see, they were kind of circling me earlier. I've also heard that ducks like watermelon, so we're gonna go ahead and give them a try on it later. And then the turtle will hopefully munch on some as well. So because it's summer and because watermelons are in season, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the grocery store, pick out a nice watermelon, and then we'll get home and prepare it and get it ready for the fish, the turtle, and the ducks to eat.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's watermelon.
A few moments later.
Okay, so got my watermelon. After breaking 2 self-checkout units and having an employee come help me twice, I got my watermelon. Now I went through all of them and made sure I grabbed the best looking one. I don't really know what makes a watermelon good. I just picked the one that was the most green. Also, while I was out getting our watermelon, I swung by Petco just to see what they have, and I saw they had 2 mandarin gobies. Now these fish are very hard to keep, so I was surprised to see Petco had them, but the only reason they had 2 of them in is because they were actually a special order, so they were specially ordered for someone who already reserved them. Anyway, it was cool to see them because I haven't seen them at Petco before. So we got a watermelon here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to cut it up. The only issue is I don't exactly know how to cut a watermelon. Now, to be completely honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. But we're gonna go ahead and try this. I think I'm supposed to cut off the ends first, maybe? Do you go this way or this way? I got no idea. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and Google how to do this. Okay, I'm back. I watched the tutorial. I think I know what I was doing. I'm on the right track with cutting off the ends, so we're gonna go ahead and do that first. Looks good. Not as good, but next I have to cut it in half. That is the most uneven cut, but whatever. And here is our watermelon. Hold on. So I ordered a seedless watermelon, as you can see right here. Did I really just say I ordered a watermelon? No, the watermelon did not come Amazon Prime. I did go and buy it at a grocery store. Seedless, but those look like seeds to me. So not sure what that's about. We're not gonna really need that much, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this piece over here. I honestly probably could have got a smaller one, and then from here they cut it some more. I don't really remember how they did it, but we're just gonna go for it. I think they went this way. That also was a terrible cut. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start by feeding the turtle, and I'm also gonna go ahead and try to feed the goldfish in my room. So for this, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut a little slice. And then I don't think they want the skin, they probably only want the red part, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the red part off. And then I just went ahead and cut up some bite-sized looking pieces for the turtle and the goldfish. First up is the turtle. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop some cubes right there, and we'll go ahead and see if he's interested in them. So he's showing some interest, but he hasn't actually bitten one of them yet.
No.
He went after that one, and he got it. So he seems to like them. I mean, he ate them right away. He seems to like it. He ripped that one up a little bit. So it looks like he's just gonna go ahead and pick off this watermelon for a little bit. I went ahead and gave him a couple cubes in there he can munch on, and even the fish seem to be picking on some of the extra. I might have cut the chunks too big for the goldfish, but I'm gonna put some in here. They actually seem to like it quite a bit. They're going after it. I'm assuming they're either gonna let it sit there and ignore it, or go ahead and munch on it for a few hours because it is too big for them to eat in one bite, so they're gonna have to kind of pick at it. As for the koi fish, I went ahead and brought them chunks as well, and a piece like this. I'm gonna go ahead and start by throwing the chunks just to get them interested. As you can see, they're already right up on the surface. So they've eaten a few, but I saw a video where someone actually hand-fed their koi using a slice of watermelon. Obviously, the fish probably were trained to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and float a whole chunk of watermelon in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and see if they do anything to it or if they eat it in any way.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it is about 10 minutes later, and the koi fish have definitely found the watermelon. They've eaten almost all of it, and when I came out here, they were just all munching on it. That's what we have left after about 10 minutes. As you can see, a ton of bite marks. They went ham on it. They love this stuff, which I'm actually quite surprised about. The ducks, on the other hand, look like they could care less. There's a little bit of bite marks taken out of it, but it doesn't look like they were really a fan of the watermelon. While the ducks and the koi are eating the watermelon, I went ahead and threw 3 pieces of it in here. 2 of them are floating away, but the angelfish actually did eat a small piece of watermelon, so I guess tropical fish kind of like it. Now onto my saltwater aquarium. These guys will not be eating watermelon, but I'm gonna go ahead and whip up their food. They're gonna have some brine shrimp or mysis shrimp, not quite sure yet, but they're gonna have some nice frozen food, and we'll get these guys nice and fed. Okay, so I got a little cup right here, got a cube of brine shrimp, and then a cube of mysis shrimp. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start putting tank water in here, which will go ahead and defrost the shrimp. And now we just gotta go ahead and wait for it to defrost.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alrighty, so the food is completely defrosted. Sorry about the light bar going down the middle. There's nothing I can do about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and just dump their frozen food right in the tank, and then they'll go crazy for it. These guys love some brine shrimp, so they're gonna go ahead and do their thing, eat up. They would much rather have shrimp than some watermelon. But that's it for the reef tank. Everything in here is doing amazing. All the fish are happy, and so are the coral as well. Okay, so now that the fish in the reef tank behind me are all fed and happy, I'm gonna go ahead and do some quick maintenance. I already went ahead and scrubbed down the glass, so that's all doing good. But I need to go ahead and change the filter sock down here because it's starting to overflow. And then I also need to go ahead and clean out the sump. As you can see, it's super messy, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll a time lapse while I go ahead and put a new filter sock in and clean out the sump. Now this skimmer is so nasty. Let me take the lid off. As you can see, that is all just nasty dirt, disgusting stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and just dump all this out, and you can really see how nasty and dirty that water is. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this all out and then get back to cleaning. Okay, so things are looking much better. We got the skimmer cleaned for the most part. We got the food stuff on this side of the sump. And then over here, I have some cleaning supplies, some extra super glue, as well as acclimation stuff. So the stand down here is looking a lot better than it was. Quick side note, I was just feeding the shrimp and pleco tank. There's a ton of shrimp in here and then 2 plecos. There's one of them right there. I tried breeding plecos in this tank, it didn't work. Anyway, I was feeding them and I saw this little fish in here. Now I don't have any fish in here except for the 2 plecos. I found it, it's in the back. Of course it's focusing on the water spots and not the fish, there he is. Because the fish is in the back being camera shy, but it looks like a Buenos Aires tetra. I'm not really sure what other fish it could be, and I don't even know where it came from because there's no tetras in this tank. The only thing I can think of is that he came in here as an egg on a plant. These tall plants in the back came from my 55 gallon, and in this 55 gallon there used to be Buenos Aires tetras. They were eating my plants, so I put them in the koi pond. So I guess it's possible that they laid eggs and like an egg happened to be on a plant, and when I brought the plant in here, the egg hatched into that little fish. So I thought that was pretty cool, a little accidental breeding of some fish. I guess he's just gonna live in here until he grows up, and then once he's big enough, I'll go ahead and put him in the koi pond with the rest of the Buenos Aires tetras. Okay, so the koi fish pretty much polished off that watermelon, but I was in here spending the last like 25 minutes just cleaning out the pond. It's been very dirty lately. And the small pea gravel rocks, which you can't really see, they end up getting swept underneath the big rocks. So I went ahead and moved a whole bunch of the big rocks and then swept all the little rocks back up to the sides. So it looks like how it did when I set it up for the first time. I still have a whole bunch of finishing touches to do. As you can see, the pond's pretty nasty. I gotta wait for the filter to do its work, but I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up a little bit, and then I have a treatment on the way that's gonna help us with the string algae, but you'll see that in another video. The koi fish, however, are doing great. Quick update on the mini pond, it's doing really good. The plants, or the duckweed I should say, has grown in good. The only thing is that the fish are still very skittish. I saw a platy a couple hours ago, but it quick swam away, so I don't really know where the fish are just because the rocks are pretty big, so there's a lot of hiding spots for them, and they're super skittish. The filter's doing good, but we do need to top this off with some fresh water, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. That's much better. Now the duckies need more of their normal food. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and clean up their water bowl later because their water bowl's looking pretty dirty.
Oh, you nasty.
Quick update on the planted aquarium. I just went ahead and fed the fish and I turned my light down. So this is the current USA light, which I found has been working pretty good, except I've recently noticed that some of the plants are starting to die back. That one in the back isn't doing too hot, and neither is this one right here, and a couple of them back here. So I thought my light might be too strong, so I went ahead and reduced the light down to 75% power when it was on 100% before. I feel like it's gonna be good to have a little bit less light going on, because as you can see, this plant right here is kind of growing out rather than up, and that's what happens when the plants are receiving too much light. They tend to grow out rather than grow up. and the current USA light is very powerful as I've experienced. So I think it's a good idea to turn it down a little bit and just see what results come from that. The fish though are all thriving, especially my massive angelfish. He is doing amazing, and so are little tetras and platies as well. A few quick things before I go ahead and end off this video. So in my description, in basically every single one of my videos, there's an email where you guys can contact me. It's chewysbroaquatics@gmail.com. If you want to contact me for any reason, you can go ahead and do it through that email. Also, stay tuned for Sunday's video. It's just like my DIY mini pond video, except there's a twist in there, and I feel like you guys will really like it. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.